Hi everyone, Sarah with Studio 180 Design. Today I'm going to talk to you about the next steps in getting ready for Fusebox so that you're ready to start sewing on Saturday, September 21st, and you don't have to spend time getting sorted. So we're going to take our jelly rolls, open them up, and you're going to separate your strips into light sections, medium sections, and dark sections so that you can create this great 3D effect. And that's what I've done with my jelly roll strips. I've taken them, sorted them by lights, mediums, and darks. And how I did that, my first initial step was to just lay out the strips and say, okay, these really read lights, these really read dark, and these are my mediums. They don't really fit with either of the two groups, so let's put them in the middle for the mediums. And then what I'm gonna do, and I want you to do, is I want you to take a photo of your strips laid out in the different groups, and I want you to take the photo and edit it so that it turns to black and white or grayscale. That's gonna allow you to see what stands out. So when we turn this image to grayscale, what you'll see is this strip looks particularly light with this set of groups of darks. But if I take this and I say, let's move it to the mediums because it looks more medium, oh, now it looks too dark. It doesn't fit with my mediums at all. So I am gonna leave it here with my darks. But the way to trick your eye, and not really trick, but to make this work in your favor, to take your strip that reads a little bit more medium than dark and sew it with strips that are not quite so dark, and that will allow this strip set to really read as dark independent of itself. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my mediums. I look at my grayscale image, and then these two kind of look dark, but when I take and put them with my darks, they now look very medium. They're much lighter than all the other ones here. So I'm going to say, let's leave those here in the mediums, and to counter that, like I did with the darks, I'm not going to sew my medium darkish colors to anything that's really light because that would make it read as a dark. I want to make it kind of mushy, so I want to make sure that these medium darks are sewn to other ones that are a little bit closer in value to make this look medium. And then I want to look at my lights and say, okay, what jumps out at me here? And oh, these are reading light, but they're reading a little bit more on the medium edge of light. So I think in order to make this really read a nice consistent light, I'm going to take these two strips out and not use them because this gives me a good palette. So now when I look at my palette, I can say, okay, this reads really well. And again, this is jumping out at you guys as maybe a little bit light, but in real life, it actually fits in really well. So remember, take your strips, separate them out into what you think are your three groups, and then remember to take a photo and look at it in your grayscale. As Deb always says, think of this like sorting your laundry. Your lights go in one pile, your darks go in another, and the ones that don't go with either go in the other group. And then you can curate your strips based on that. And then one other tip I have is that I had too many strips here in my medium group, and I said, okay, what should I take out to make this more balanced? And so I laid the strips into warm colors and cool colors so that I could look at them and say, okay, what should I remove to make this more balanced? And I said, oh, I've got 6 warm colors, so let's take out a cool color and give it a little bit more balance. So now I have this great set of mediums that will pair well with my lights and my darks. So I hope that this helps you get ready for National Jelly Roll Day, and I can't wait to see how your projects turn out in the end. Have a great day, everybody.